Hey, what's going on, my friends? Hold on a second. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my computer has just completely gone haywire on me. I think it has finally. It's unbelievable. Oh, they can hear. Jalen says he can hear me. Okay. All right, guys, I'm coming back. Oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My computer is freaking out on me here on the screen. All right, my friends, my name is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And as you know, this show is all about bringing guests on who have been clients of our courses and curriculum and learning about their experience with learning, launching, developing their leadership skills and their marketing skills. And today is no different. Please help me welcome Alicia to the show. Alicia, how are you?
Good. How are you?
It's so nice to see you. I'm fantastic. Where are you calling in from?
Stockton, California.
Southern California?
It's Stockton, so more like Central Valley.
Okay, great. Cool. Very cool. So, what do you do outside of internet marketing?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I used to be a supervisor for a call center, a health insurance call center. Did that for quite a few years. During COVID, we went home, and even though for years they were saying, we can't send everybody home. There's no way, we can have everybody go home. But of course, COVID hit. For their business, they could, and been working since home since 2020. But I started affiliate marketing last year. And it helped me become a stay-at-home mom, just able to set my own schedules, have my own time, more that power that I have for myself, which is really nice. I really enjoy, especially since we have our youngest daughter. That's really what brought on the switch.
Okay, nice. So you found us and you decided to go through the curriculum to sort of learn or kind of further develop some of these skills that you were already, I guess it sounds like you already kind of were starting down the path and then found us and decided to go through our curriculum. What was that experience like, and how did that, speed up, help impact your, getting things off the ground or getting better results?
Honestly, I wouldn't have done it any other way because when I started, I knew nothing of affiliate digital marketing, anything like that. It was all news to me. And in the beginning stages, I was like, this is totally a scam. Like, like what is, that I see all these people online promoting affiliate marketing, digital marketing. When I finally decided to research it, I watched your videos. I was, on an email list for forever before. And then I was like, I'm going to just take this. I'm going to take this. At the time, it was a $7 challenge, 15 days. And I did that. And right away, I was like, okay, I see what this is. It makes so much sense. Everybody is literally doing every single thing on their phone. You make doctor's appointments, you grocery shop, you do everything. Like, why can't you make money online with it? Why can't you use this? And so when I went through the courses and everything, like I started with the challenge, it was amazing to have that mentor there, somebody to check in with you, see how you're doing, answer any questions. That really helped ease, any type of hesitancies I had going forward. So just having somebody kind of there in your corner was really nice. It was really different because, you're online and you see all these reels, but when do you ever really talk to these people? Because unfortunately, like, no one ever really responds these days. So it's all about like what you're looking to get and making sure you're finding the right product. And I definitely feel like I did find the right product because it answered every question. And whenever I did have a question, I was able to go into a live group.
Yeah, great. I love that. I love your experience. It's exactly what we hope it to be for people. And so I'm glad to hear that you're using, the resources too. It's amazing kind of what I heard you just describe. If I was to summarize it, it was I was skeptical and even judged. And when I actually went in, it's a book, right? I mean, there's so many books and sort of philosophies or things that we criticize, whether it be religions, whether it be ways of thinking or beliefs or ways of doing things. But a lot of times when we read the book or we get involved and get educated, we understand at least what people's points are and why they feel so passionately about it. And that was the same thing that clicked for me. It was like, oh my gosh, it was like, why is everybody not doing this?
Yeah.
Um, that's kind of how I felt. I felt like in one of the modules in the business blueprint, specifically the affiliate marketing business blueprint, is sitting on a gold mine. And I did not really understand, and most of you still probably don't, the gold mine that you're sitting on in terms of the ability to be able to sell information or sell in what that might look like is in 2024, 2025, selling a course, selling a coaching program, selling access to a live workshop delivered via Zoom. It might be access to a Facebook group, right? That would be sort of a coaching environment. These are the practical ways, and you see people doing, just like you mentioned, you saw creators creating these reels, but I guess just there was a disconnect between you believing that you could be one of those people.
Yeah. And I think that's where everybody's biggest disconnect is, because we see, celebrities every day. We see people online, and it's always like, oh, they make it look so easy. But in reality, most of the time, it is really that easy. You just have to put your time and effort. And that's where the biggest, that's where we find all these roadblocks, because everybody's oh, I'm going to do it on Monday type of person. Oh, we'll start on Monday. But Monday never really comes around for them. So they're just put it off each and every week. So,
And everything is made to look easy. I mean,
mhm.
think about HGTV where they remodel a house in 30 minutes. I mean, come on, guys. This whole idea and clearly not you, Alicia. You're clearly a baller. You're clearly an action taker. But um, man, so many of us use it almost as a crutch or an excuse to like not do anything or even be a victim, where it's like they make it look so easy. And it's like, well, as you just said, if you actually educated and looked and educated yourself, you might find that it's easier than you think it is.
Yeah.
But in the same respect, there's every piece of content where you have to package a marketing message or you even have to deliver content, such as the HGTV example of the home flipping shows. I mean, I could list off dozens, but that's just a prime example of if you're ignorant enough to watch the show and think, I'm going to get into house flipping
Yeah.
because I want to flip a house, and you think and you don't understand that that was a project that was a 3-month project that was just edited with software where they
Yeah. And
then
it looks seamless. And it's even like that, like when you watch people do anything online, baking, like, oh, somebody just made this gorgeous cake or chocolate, statue, and they make it look so fast because you watch it all in, 90 seconds. But in reality, that was hours upon hours, days of work that they spent doing, and you just saw it in 90 seconds. So,
well, and the truth is that this business does not have to dominate your daily schedule. You
mhm.
truly can, once you're able to get out of that initial phase, if you do have a job of both working your job and doing this on the side, that can definitely be overwhelming. And I remember that clearly. I was working construction and I did this business in the pockets of the day. I did it before and after work. And but eventually you can get to a place to where you are in maintenance mode if you're not creating something or in a big creative phase, to where that maintenance mode can become as little as 30 minutes, as much as a couple of few hours, but it does not have to be a quote 8-hour day.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time that, Yeah, that I didn't feel the flexibility to be able to, if I needed to pause or something, especially since I'm working at home. I know that you had mentioned the homesteading and possibly getting into that niche. That sounds like a passion of yours. How are you now that you're full time and a stay at home mom, fitting this within your schedule, and staying accountable, while not, letting it dominate you? What does your daily work schedule look like?
Yeah, so on a day where I'm like pretty much productive, and that's me, I have to. So first, I have to start off by saying, like, in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to create that space, whether it's before or after work, if you're having that 9 to 5, or if you're like me, during my daughter's nap time is when I'll film reels. So, I have a specific time. She's going to be out for 2, 3 hours. Let me make sure I utilize that. Waking up early I usually just in the mornings. I'll film maybe once a week and I'll batch all of that. And then in the mornings, I'll get my 2 to 3 reels ready for the day. So I'll edit them completely, including the captions and everything. And then when I'm ready for around whatever time of day I want to post, I just simply go on and hit post. I could even auto post, but I hear people have trouble with that. So I just, do it manually. I save my drafts. But it's finding that time, what works best for you. I think what is the hardest is really just saying, like, okay, if you have no type of schedule, there's like, okay, well, today I'm just going to try to film and, do everything. I'm going to do my emails. It's like, no, break it down. Like Monday, I'm going to focus on email. Tuesday, I'm going to focus on, making sure my free, whatever your freebie is, looks nice, is up to date, the links work, going in and checking on things. Wednesday I'm going to film reels and whatever your schedule is. So really just having things set up, and that's what makes it easy. And there's some days where all I do is literally just get my reels ready, and I'll post during the day and add a few stories about what I'm making for dinner, and trying to keep it like, hey guys, I'm a normal mom. All day I do laundry. All day I cook food. Like, we don't got time out here for other things, Like, so just trying to be up and show people who you are as a person, what you do. And usually when they see, like, hey, she's doing a million other things, why can't I do this on this side? If it does really take that time, let me just spend a few weeks educating myself and, learning the right way, and get started and hit the ground running.
Yeah. So, well, I love it, and it's all just good, but wonderful, but practical advice and experience. So, tell me a little bit about this lifestyle that you are trying to, or building towards, or even going to expand into, with this homesteading niche thing. I'm just asking also out of personal curiosity, because I'm also passionate and or interested in this idea of becoming less, dependent on everything and everyone. How does that, tell us, say more about that from both your own personal experience with that, but also, and is that sort of a philosophy that you're bringing into your kids or something, with the homesteading, the entrepreneurship, kind of, I don't know, unplugging them from the matrix in some sense? Is that real for you? And then also, talk to me about this idea of potentially taking the skills that you're developing and using them in other niches, such as the homesteading niche.
Yeah, so I really wanted to go into the homesteading niche because lately, like, you kind of hit the nail on the hammer when you said that you want to become less dependent on other, the anything really, whether it be, the grocery stores that I have to go to. You have to right now, like, if I need, let's say, you know, to make a meal for dinner, I'm going to go to the grocery store because I need to go buy, everything I have. Well, I was literally making dinner and I'm like, well, okay, this garlic powder is literally made out of all the stuff of the garlic that you throw away. Like, I didn't know that before. So now I'm saving that, and I put it in a bag. So when I have a bunch of it, I'm going to make my own garlic powder and save for onion powder and things that I just didn't know were possible. Like, things that you just so easily go to the store and say, oh, I'm going to spend $5 on this. Well, you know what? I'm going to save $5 on this. I'm going to make it myself. I'm going to know the ingredients that I'm putting in. I am getting more passionate, I guess, in my older age, having kids, unlocking that, being that person who's really concerned about what I'm putting into my body. That comes like that's probably the biggest stem it comes from. But also, I feel like I have a good place because I'm a person who lives in California. So, while some people have huge houses and huge land, I do not at this time. So I have, a normal sized yard and things. So how can I show others who are in situations like me how they can still do this? They can still, have a little greenhouse in the backyard, have a small planter bed, grow certain, things that they at least use every day, lettuce, spinach, whatever it is that you use on a daily basis, and have that accessible for you, and just show people that there's different ways to do this. I think that that's going to be awesome for me. I definitely do think I want my kids to see that, because I want them to see like how it is you can be self-sufficient, because at the end of the day, I don't want them to rely on anybody. I want them to be able to go out into this world and be successful, and then be the leaders, and people going to them for advice, not the other way around, whereas they're always going to be dependent on somebody else. And oh, this, my job, my boss said I couldn't do this today. Like, what? Like, no, this is your life. What do you mean your boss told you can't do something with your own life? Like, I that always has baffled me. It's always what I hated about work. So showing them that they can do anything, really.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny. That's great. I love it. I mean, I feel the same way. And yeah, I love the straightforward talk too. And what's better than talk is action, is showing, is demonstrating. And I can tell you that just entrepreneurship for me, even without the homesteading piece that we've been talking about a little bit, is a beautiful example set. They're going to see you in so many different, you're going to see you, and they're also going to, and it's an opportunity for you to push through things. You know, network marketing for many years served as that for people, like a quick, easy way to get into something. And it was kind of like a business. And I mean, I got a best buddy whose mom was in a network marketing company, and he helped her package things. And he became a great entrepreneur. And I know that had an impact on him. Just seeing and being a part of it. Well, network marketing is not real. I mean, trust me, millions of people are still doing it, but there's also other ways now. There's so many ways that we can have our own little side hustle, or you can just put in a little extra work. I don't care if you're buying, like Gary Vee says, things on from garage sales and selling them on eBay, for Christmas sakes, or Facebook Marketplace, whatever your hustle is.
Yeah,
You know,
have
that
something, do something, because the people who aren't doing anything, like, like, I always say, like, I don't play the lottery, but in my mind I always dream I'm gonna win. But how the hell am I gonna win if I never fucking play? Sorry. If I never play, I'm never gonna win. So it's the same concept. If you never work out, you're never gonna lose weight. If you never do what if your goal is never going to be achieved if you don't take actions. It's the actions that are going to get you there to that goal. So start off, dirty, start off dumb, I guess you could say. Like, you don't need to know every single answer, because chances are you're going to learn on the way. You're going to find somebody who does know. You're going to make those connections, and you're going to eventually learn. But if somebody's waiting for the right time, I mean, there's never a right time. There's still, I mean, if I'm even right now, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, tomorrow. Why am I gonna wait for that? Because I just can knock it out today and get it done and be on my way with it. So
yeah, very, very true. Have you always had that mindset, or is
no,
that
I'm lazy sometimes. Like, some days it's hard. Some days it's
yeah,
very hard for me to get up and, decide I'm gonna go forward and do something. Like, after I had my daughter, especially when actually I started this journey, I'm still so, like, I procrastinate, because, like, I get into depression mode. Like, I had severe postpartum depression after my daughter, and that was something I never had with my boys, not one time. Um, and so going through those feelings and those emotions, like, while I'm starting this business venture, while my LLC is being created, and all these things, it's scary. But I do know from experience the only way I'm ever successful when I see revenue or any type of anything like growth on my Instagram platform, growth in any other social media things I had before, my email list is only ever happens when I put in the work. When I'm being consistent. So when I don't show up, the money is not going to show up. My paycheck's not going to come in, and that's not okay with me. So I need this to happen. I have bills to pay, I have kids to feed, got things to do here. I have trips I want to plan and all of that.
Mm, that's great. I love it. Can you still hear me and see me?
Yep.
This is funny. I want to try to put up my phone here on mirror mode and see if it'll actually show you what my screen looks like. It literally has gone just purple and blue, and just my computer is literally freaking out. Can you see
You
that?
It sounds like you're gonna go computer shopping later, is what I'm hearing.
I need to, because it's been slowly getting worse. I mean, this is the first. I had just a line through the screen like a week ago, and I've just been working in like a corner.
It's just been growing. I can't.
Serious, no, seriously, like the line was going like right a little bit to the right. So like I had like 2/3 of the computer that I like minimized the screen up in.
Yeah, yeah, no.
It's wild. I literally can't even see you right now. My screen is just. You remember those old TVs where the lines come up?
Oh yeah, yeah, like the colorful ones. Yeah, I know what you. It did look like that. It did look like you're
Yeah.
watching.
If there's not like a show or like a program on that channel, like it's just like that's literally what it looks like on my computer screen right now. How funny for those of you who might just look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's literally, and it's not even going back. It may be permanently. I don't even know how I'll end the show. I'll just have to close my computer. So.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, as long as I can keep hearing your voice, I'll keep talking to you here. You mentioned the postpartum. Thank you for that honesty and vulnerability. Did you have other, or maybe one other? That's a big one. Any other main limiting beliefs that stand out to you that you kind of had to work through in terms of something that getting on video is common, dealing with the thoughts and opinions of family and friends, or anything else that stands out to you that was on top of the postpartum depression was a battle for you, or it continues to be a battle for you.
Yeah, so I think the one other big thing, because I'm not really a big, I don't care if my family sees, if you see, at least I'm trying type of thing. So that's whatever. I've never been a big, but what I did struggle with is, I think when I started this, you know as well as I do that there were people on this platform who says there's a specific way you have to do this, and with that way, you have to gain this many followers, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do this. And so, I was in the whole theme of only doing remote jobs and side hustles when I started out to grow a following. And then I realized, like, yeah, sure, that's working for other people. I'm not saying that, doesn't work, but it wasn't working for me. I wasn't feeling comfortable. I felt like my message wasn't what I wanted it to be. So I started, because I do have that make money online niche right now. That's the current one I started with. I pivoted to where I completely stopped doing side hustles, and my only side hustle is affiliate marketing, digital marketing. And anytime I spoke of it, I spoke to my experience. I started doing storytelling, and as soon as I started doing storytelling, I noticed a shift. I noticed the followers that I was getting, I wasn't losing. So they weren't seeing me like, and yeah, sometimes I still post a remote job or two, because I do feel like that is what, I like doing. That I know at one point in time I needed remote work, that I still wanted to work and be home. So I post that, but I'm very clear in any captions and descriptions on what it is I'm promoting and why I'm promoting that. And I feel like just being honest with people is what the best thing is going to be, because if you try to do a bait and switch,
Yeah.
it's just shit. It sucks. Like, it sucks for them. So I don't like doing that.
Rigorous honesty is great marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, being like rigorously, almost, what do they call it, where it's almost mean honesty.
Blunt.
Blunt, yeah. But yeah, the reason why you can even be a little bit more honest is because you're not even talking to one person. A lot of you don't even realize the benefit of talking on video, because it allows you to really talk passionately in a way that you normally might not talk directly to somebody's face,
Hmm.
because you're talking to everybody.
Hmm.
Sort of like somebody that is a pastor in church on Sunday gets all passionate. Now, he wouldn't talk like that one on one to somebody in his office, but he's talking like that to a congregation. And so the same thing with video. I find it to be, something that allows me to be pretty passionate, um, on video. But what else? What else is something that stands out to you as something that, if you didn't, were you, why are you so passionate about the not depending on people? Did you grow up watching, having a mom that worked three jobs? Was there a particular thing that really is driving your why? I guess, what is your why? Obviously, I would assume it's your children, family, but is there also something else inside?
I mean, yeah, aside from showing my kids that, because, that they can do anything, they could be things, I want to just one day live out on, like, my goal is to have a big couple acres of land, hopefully at least 2 acres with a home on it, and like and be able to homestead there. So I guess that's the end goal. I'm driving to be able to become basically as much self-sufficient as I can be. I didn't say like anything drove me. I mean, my dad's kind of if he watches this, he's so mad. But my dad is definitely like one of those conspiracy theorists, like big time. And I'm hoping that never like washes off on me in the bad ways. But I think some ways are good, because he definitely is. I do feel like our food has so many chemicals and poison in it that it's just not even, it's banned in other countries. Like, why are we allowing this into our food if it shouldn't be here? So I guess in some ways, my very conspiracy theorist dad pushed me into this, but in other ways, it's just more about wanting to get away from the whatever chemicals are here. I just want to be cleaner eating.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And also just the chemicals in our food and the toxins in our people, right? Toxic people and toxic food, uh,
Yeah.
become less dependent on that, and your happiness just magically increases. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It really is. Um, so, so what besides storytelling and just becoming more honest in your videos has helped you to grow your audience and to get more traction and to sort of have more overall success?
So I started like in Instagram they have those highlight bubbles that are in the top. I'm starting to utilize those more because when you think about you going to a website, and if you're looking at something, there's a contact us page, you go all the way to the bottom and you have all these pages, resources. It's very similar to social media. It's taking that, on these days. So I started showing people different things. I have a Q&A where whenever I do Q&As on my stories, I'll save them to my highlights, my growth. So I started showing like, hey, I started from zero. Like, I didn't go out and I don't buy followers. I don't got, I don't have time for that. I'm growing organically. Like, here's my day one. Here's when I first, I started, in the first day I had 100 followers. Here's now, time and time again. So showing the scammers. So I even have a little reel of people who are not me, who try to be me, and say like, hey, like, if you guys see these people, report them.
Yeah.
Um, I also felt like I don't do it often just because I'm not big on putting my kids in reels, but when like they're passing by, sometimes they're in my reels, showing them like, hey, I'm a mom, they're here, I'm doing this while they're here. You can do it too. And answering the or like automations, so DM automations, those type of things, but making it you put in those messages, you put in whatever you're responding. Don't make it feel like a robot. Have an option to where
And
they reach you.
sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't have the ability to mute myself out here because my screen is just completely, as I showed you earlier, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
covered in stripes.
yeah.
So no, I love yeah, those highlights can be used for just additional kind of quick communication, quick information, getting to know you, etc. Kind of optimizing your profile makes sense.
And I didn't even say emails. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know how I missed that. So I think when in the beginning, when I started emails, I just had like some set, like, okay, here's what basically I was given. Let me just upload that into an email, have it saved. But you need to keep building that email list. You need to, put in value, make it your own emails. You need to go in, offer up your own experiences, making sure they're saying your name, because we live in a day and age, everyone's getting so many emails a day, but there's a reason for that. There's a reason I get 18 Nike notifications a day. And it's because the more you see it, the more you think of it. The more somebody's going to say, oh, Alicia, I'm seeing her now so often. She's successful. How does she get this? Well, she talks about this course. Let's go over to Legendary. Let's see what they're about. And that's just one way, because now that they can do it, and if I'm going to branch out into this homesteading niche and eventually, go into that, they can make it on anything baking. You could do it on anything. That was my biggest thing. It's like you that's what you say, and when you get the blueprints and everything, is you can make this for anything. Of course, I started in the make money online niche because that's what I was most comfortable in, but now I'm branching out. And I definitely think that that's what you wanted everyone to do. You don't want them all to be this bubble and this little robot, everyone doing the same thing. No, you want to show people how you can make your own business out of what you're passionate about and turn it into success.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what legendary is. I mean, if you think about legendary, a it wasn't already here. It didn't already exist. It was a brand. It's been a message. It's a thing. It's been something that's been created and kind of cultivated, and community's been curated, and it's a thing. You have to create everything that is around you that you see. Somebody created that from scratch, and it was somebody that's just like you, and that is as much true online nowadays because of how easy content creation is. You can go viral on accident and become famous on accident.
I know.
That's the whole thing. You can become a millionaire on accident because of a piece of content. So, and it's not. I mean, it's happening every day. It's not Coctua. That was just the biggest one in a while.
Yeah.
Every day, right?
No, it's
It's
true
every day.
because yeah, people just remember little things. The small things are like, hey, look at, and it just takes off. And as soon as it starts hitting the right people, like you're just going, and it's kind of like as long as you keep the momentum, like you're gonna keep going and you're gonna keep pushing forward. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, and this is what it's all about. Put your right foot in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it is about consistency after you get it going and keeping the momentum up. And I mean, just staying focused, like staying focused and actually following through with something and seeing it through. I mean, I feel like building a business and so much of this is just so like basic kind of like stuff we learn or in some cases didn't learn, right? When we were young people, fifth grade, they say you learn everything you need to know in fifth grade. But yeah, so much of what I hear you say is beautiful wisdom that's so practical. And even though Pops may be hanging out with a little tin foil, that's okay. You sound completely reasonable. And all of your, I love your self awareness around that too, of just how family impacted you and even embracing it, taking the meat and leaving the bones, like, right, saying, "Hey, there's some truth in his conspiracy theories. I just am not as, I'm not as extreme as he is in some of the thinking," right?
He
Uh,
gets it from his mama. It's okay.
uh,
I
uh,
said he gets it from his mama. I love my grandma to death. So
oh, wow, wow, wow! It's all in the see. The apples don't fall far, right? I love to say that to my, about me and my son, right?
yeah.
Particularly with our hilarious similar traits. But all right, well, listen, Alicia, it's been a pleasure today. Thanks for taking the time to come and share your story and your experience and give us some of your wisdom. I can't see you here because, of course, remember my screen.
Yeah.
Something for those of you just tuning in, my screen cut out, and I have literally just lines here in my computer. So we'll get that fixed. But it has been a pleasure seeing you and then hearing and listening to you and talking to you for the last part of this. Stay legendary, my friend, and come back and see me for a follow up here in a couple of months and keep me posted on your journey. Okay.
Will do. Thanks.
All
Have a
right,
good
Alicia. Thanks so much. All right. Let's go ahead and put Alicia's Jalen, if you would kind of take her off for me. I don't have my controls here. Put her handle up on the screen so everybody knows where to find her. You can go and find and follow her over on, I believe we've got her Instagram handle up there. Wonderful episode. Great conversation about how powerful these and transferable these skills are, right? And that's one of the things I just want to highlight is that she's right about what I want and what we want for you guys is to learn these skills. And they do apply to so many things. Nobody can ever take them away from you. So if you want to develop those skills, you have to go through the curriculum. You have to go through the training. Start with the Learn, Launch, Lead Challenge. Start with that. Go enroll in our blueprints if you want to take things to the next level, and come to a mastermind if you want to meet us and learn in person. All of that information can be found at legendarymarketer.com/enroll. Legendarymarketer.com/enroll. My friends, thank you so much for joining us. All the warm comments that you all give. Thank you, Alicia, for an awesome show this morning. And my friends, we will be back tomorrow, as always, 10 a.m. Eastern Time for another episode. Join us then. For now, get out of here. Have a great day. Peace.